All right, I just wanted to come out and talk about walking a little bit. So on our walks, Maggie might pull just a little bit, but it's nothing terrible. When we've been out on the walking trails, you know, we might see other dogs and she gets a little bit distracted, but I can pretty easily redirect her back to me by just calling her away, asking for a watch me or sit. But you know, I don't feel like she gets too, you know, worried about other dogs or anything like that. So just some reminders when we're walking. We want to keep our leash slack, right? We want this to be nice and loose. If she starts pulling and it gets tight, you either stop, you can just stop and wait for her to relax, or turn and walk the other direction. But you do not want to keep going forward if she's pulling, because you then are reinforcing the pulling, right? Because you get from A to B. So the other thing we can do to help is reward her on the walk. You know, I've been having her on my left side. This is not heel, so she doesn't have to stay like right here. As long as she's in my bubble, I'm happy with that. A few times I would toss the treat on the ground in front of us instead of going to her mouth, because I think when we're out in public places, she's very distracted by everything going on, just looking around and taking it in. So by tossing the treat, she would sniff for it and eat the treat off the ground versus my hand sometimes. So you're gonna use let's go to move forward, easy to slow down. And we also went out, when I took her out, I would take her on the long leash, sometimes like a 15-foot lead. And I would let her sometimes just, we call it a decompression walk, right? Where they can go and sniff and smell and just take it in the environment. And then I would randomly call her to come, and then she could go back out. So it wasn't always this formal walk. It was sometimes getting off of a sidewalk and letting her just kind of sniff around and take in the environment. It's important to let our dogs sniff when they're walking, right? It's a way for them to know what's going on in their neighborhood. It's, you know, it's how they read the world. So, all right. So we're gonna start walking, and again, if she pulls, I'll stop. I'm gonna try and encourage her to stay with me. Maggie, let's go. Okay, Maggie, ready? Let's go. Good girl, Maggie. Let's go. Good girl, Maggie, let's go. It's okay. Good. So for Maggie right now, we just came out and you can tell she's like really just wants to sniff. So you could, on the first part of your walk, let her just sniff up and down, and then work on more walking at your side in a formal walk. You know, it doesn't worry me to have her checking out things in the environment. Good. So again, let's go. Good. Let's go, Meg. Let's go. Good girl. That's nice. Good girl, Maggie. Good girl. Maggie, come. Come. Good girl. Good girl. Okay. I would be backing up and calling her to come on your walks, right? Especially since we know she has a history of getting out and running away. So I would say every time you take her out to walk, do a couple recalls in there. And that's just where you back up and tell her, Maggie, come. Back up. Just reward her when she gets here. Good. Let's go. Maggie, come. Come. Yes. Up. Right here. Right here. Okay. So if she pulls, stop or turn and go the other way. Reward her at your side or toss the treat on the ground. Practice your recalls during the walk and give her sniffing time. All right.